Now I will be talking on Aurangabad caves. These are a group of 12 rock-cut Buddhist caves located close to the city of Aurangabad in Maharashtra, overlooking the Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Marathwada University campus. Although there is a lack of inscriptions at these caves, the chronology can be ascribed based on art architecture features. An inscription from Kaneri cave number 4 mentions an old Chaitya Gruha and a Vihara being erected at Aurangabad. Raja Talaka is the term used in the inscriptions. This Chaitya exists even today and is comparable to early dated Chaitya such as the one at Ajanta, that is cave number 9. The caves here develop through the Theravada, Mahayana and Vajrayana phases of Buddhism, thus covering a large time span of occupation. Cave number 1. This is an unfinished cave intended to excavate a shrine cum monastery, a typical architecture model of Mahayana period, that is during 5th to 7th centuries of Common Era. The cave has a courtyard consisting of a portico which originally was supported by 4 massive pillars whose remains are now visible. The front porch consists of 8 pillars and 2 pilasters. On the left side of the courtyard, a panel depicting 7 past Buddhas accompanied by 2 attendant Bodhisattvas is seen. The pillars are squarish at the base, followed by octagonal, multifaceted and round shafts. Pillars are topped by Purnaghata capitals or squarish abacus showing Kirtimukhas. The 4 central portions display dwarfish figures either dancing or playing musical instruments at the corner of squarish portion of the pillars. The pillars also exhibit Vruksha Devata or a Shalabhanjika on the top portion near capital. The right and the left sides of the porch have the panels depicting Buddha guarded by Bodhisattvas. These panels have been identified to represent miracle of Shravasti. The mandap is a partially excavated showing a central door with 2 windows. Cave number 2. It is an interesting excavation. It is a shrine with a front courtyard or veranda. The center shrine is surrounded by Pradakshina path, that is a circumambulatory path. The shrine has an image of Buddha seated in a Pralamba Padasana. Pralamba Padasana is a basically sitting posture in which both legs are hanging down, whereas the hands of Buddha image are in a teaching mudra, that is a Dhamma Chakra Pravartana mudra. It is a preaching posture made by typical hand gestures, a finger of one hand being held by 2 fingers of the other hand. The shrine door of the cave is guarded by Bodhisattva Avalokiteshwar and Bodhisattva Maitreya on the right and left sides of the door respectively. The sculptures of Bodhisattva are life size. In the mandap along with courtyard there is a partially preserved sculpture of Buddha accompanied by Bodhisattva Vajrapani on the right side. The side and back walls of the Pradakshina path as well as the left wall of mandap depict panels of the Buddha. Some of the panels represent the miracle of Shravasti. Thus, this cave provides an interesting evidence which helps us to understand that the miracle of Shravasti became popular during 4th-5th century CE in a contemporary Buddhist art. Buddha is sometimes shown seated in a Padmasana or Pralamba Padasana on lotus throne. In some images, the stalk of the lotus is held by two human figures with serpent hoods, which can be identified as a King Nanda and Upananda. The Buddha figure is many times shown accompanied by Bodhisattva imagery. Mostly, Bodhisattva Avalokiteshvar or Padmapani is an important Bodhisattva who is shown holding a rosary or akshamala in his right hand and a lotus flower in his left hand. He generally has matted hair with depiction of an image of Tathagat Amitabha Buddha at the center of the headdress. He is sometimes shown with a fly whisk when he is shown as an attendant of the central Buddha figure. And Bodhisattva Maitreya, he is known as the future Buddha and is one of the principal Bodhisattvas. He is shown with a water pot or Nagakeshara flower. A miniature stupa is shown in his headdress, which is one of the distinct features of identification of this Bodhisattva. Sometimes, instead of Bodhisattva Maitreya, Bodhisattva Vajrapani is depicted. Bodhisattva Vajrapani is also one of the important Bodhisattvas who is shown holding a thunderbolt, that is a Vajra, in his right or left hands. When he is shown as an attendant of the central Buddha figure, he is shown with a fly whisk or chamara. Sometimes figures of devotees are shown at the base, whereas garland bearers or celestial musicians are shown on the top of framework of the image. Miracle of Shravasti is one of the four miracles associated with the life of the Buddha. This miracle is known for the exhibition of the supernatural powers by the Buddha. One of the important facets of this miracle is the multiplication of the Buddha. The frequent depictions of this panel seen in the Buddhist caves of western India such as Kaneri, Aurangabad, Ajanta and Ellora confirms its importance in the contemporary religio-cultural settings. This cave represents a novel and a unique plan introducing a Buddha image shrine with a front mandap. Caves having such plan are not seen in early Mahayana caves, so this cave represents a deviation from typical architectural model of Mahayana caves, that is a shrine cum monastery. Although such architectural plan was not much favored by the contemporary society, but this indicates an experimental phase in a Buddhist architecture of Mahayana period. It seems that there were two cells on the both sides of courtyard or veranda. The shrine has two squarish pillars and the two pilasters at its front. The pillars are topped by heavy ornamentation on both sides of the capital, that is a Taranga Potika. Cave number 3 is located at higher level. The cave represents the Mahayana phase of Buddhist rock cut architecture and belongs to shrine cum monastery plan. The cave consists of veranda, a pillared hall with cells, chapels on its both sides, vestibule and the Buddha image shrine. The veranda was originally supported by pillars whose remains can be seen at veranda. Veranda also consisted of two porches or galleries which could function as a chapel on its both sides. Rock-cut staircase on both sides of the veranda leads to the cave. This is one of the finest caves at Aurangabad. The center hall of the cave has 12 pillars which are arranged in such way that the hall looks divided into front, side and rear aisles. The floor of the center portion of the hall is demarcated by 4 pillars on each side, marking it as a distinct space, although this space could have been used either for performing Buddhist rituals or religious assembly. The central shrine has a colossal Buddha image seated in a Pralamba Padasana with a Dhamma Chakra Pravartan Mudra. The Buddha is flanked by 2 standing Bodhisattvas holding fly whisk, Avalokiteshvar and Maitreya on the right and left sides respectively. Devotees in a kneeling posture are shown on right and left sides of the central image. Cave number 4. Cave number 4 is the earliest rock cut cave among Aurangabad Buddhist caves. It is a Chaitya Gruha, rectangular on plan with pillars arranged in an upside manner. Although pillars have been reconstructed, it seems that the cave consisted of plain octagonal shafts. The ribs and rafters of vaulted ceiling are rock cut or are fully cut into stone, which indicates that this Chaitya Gruha represents an advanced stage of Chaitya architecture. The stupa is placed at the center of apsidal Chaitya Gruha. Stupa has preserved a medhi, hemispherical dome under topped by hermica. The facade of cave is not preserved, which is why it is quite difficult to assume whether it originally consisted of Chaitya arch or not. On the basis of architecture features of the cave, it can be dated to the late 1st or early 2nd century of Common Era. This chronological framework is supported by replacement of wooden beams and rafters by rock cut beams.